Good morning, gurus. Welcome to another episode. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to jump in charts for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Right now, my trades are closed, but on WeX, I have this 10K to a million challenge. The Bitcoin trade activated at 116, about where we're sitting now. Hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up button, turn on the bell. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Let's jump into the technicals for Bitcoin now. We're going into the technicals. My account 901. Bitcoin's had a spike down just a few hours ago, down to 15,400, and then got a bounce. Seems like it's forming support around 14,600, 114,600. And you can see I've got trades at 112, 110, 105. Ethereum 3.538, Ton 3, Uni 8.3. And now I'm almost all cash. You can see I'm nearly all cash out of the market. Why? Because I'm seeing this pattern on Bitcoin, 116,300, but I'm worried about this pattern. When I zoom out, you're going to see it. Massive rising wedge on the daily, huge one. Rising wedge, it's like a rising triangle, builds pressure, but not triangle, wedge. And then it can break down, usually, rising wedges. And this is a huge one. And then if you look at the actual main trend line that we've been on since 2020, actually I need to adjust it a little bit. You can see where this main trend line we've been in since 2023. We're off the main trend line a lot. It could pull back there. We're still making higher highs though, so we've got to be careful. We're not bearish, we're bullish. It's still a bull market. I'm just looking for signs of could be a correction here. On the weekly stochastic, we're also overbought, turning to head down. On the daily, already at reset. Crypto Guru bot is still a blue buy, which it fired in 2023 at 20K. Bitcoin indicator bot fired a sell 3 weeks ago. Didn't fire a buy yet. So I'm worried about this rising wedge. Supports we've got at 110, 102. These are very strong supports. I don't think we break below 101K. 91K is also major support. I don't think we come below 91, but in April when we were buying the dip on the tariff news, we came down to 74. So just keep that in mind. Huge rising wedge. I don't want to go too heavy long here with this rising wedge forming. And clear double top. You can see on the daily clear double top. Still higher high, but looks very double toppy. You can see we're just holding on to this line on Bitcoin. This trend, you can see this rising wedge. We broke underneath it and came back in. Looks like we're just holding on inside it. So I've got trades at 110, 101, and I've set those trades down. You can see 110, 105, 112 to purchase Bitcoin if it pulls back. I sold yesterday at 115,400, so up a little bit. But compared to where I was buying it, not so much. 112 is big support. If my thinking is if they announce this peace agreement with Russia and Ukraine, let's look at quickly Ethereum, 4,300. Ethereum, huge cup and handle there. Who sees it? Massive cup and handle. Cup and handle. That's a big one. And we broke out of a huge pattern, this symmetrical triangle. You can see it on the weekly. It goes back for years, 2021. Huge symmetrical triangle. My only concern, we broke out a bit early, but it could be okay. It's almost 70% of the move. And if we move the base of the triangle, target 7,800. Let's go close on to the daily. We pushed up, new all-time high, 4,800. Then we pulled down to 4,200. Quite a big sell-off. From the high to where we are right now, we're talking about a drop of around 10%. Not so much. 10%. But I see a little bit of a head and shoulders here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. So two bearish patterns on Ethereum, and I've got trades at 3,800 for Ethereum, 3,900, 3,300. I showed you here on Bybit. 3,500, 3,800. I think let's check out the total market cap. Total market cap of all crypto, head and shoulders. Same like Ethereum. Kind of weird ones. target of this Head and Shoulders would be 3.6 trillion. which isn't that big of a drop. But if we look on the daily, also same rising wedge that we saw on Bitcoin. Usually it breaks down the base of the wedge. And again, if we measure out that trend line, if we follow the trend line, target would be this trend line. I don't think we go below 2.7 trillion. But that's where they all meet, you see. We have a massive support at 3 trillion, 3.4 trillion, 3.6 trillion is a little bit of a support. No support till 3.6 trillion though. So I'm still in a bull market. I've got my trade set down. I'm waiting. Join everyone in the Telegram. There's 188 of you online. At nighttime, almost 1,000 of you. Trump and Zelensky and Putin going to meet, pushing for peace. Good job, Trump. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. Ethereum 5-minute looks like a rising wedge and a bear flag. People discussing. This guy's seeing also head and shoulders on the weekly for Bitcoin. People are seeing what I'm seeing. Let's see if it plays out. I'm still bullish. It's still a bull market. I'm just looking for a little bit of a cool down, which should be normal to cool down in a bull market. Shouldn't be only up only, but higher highs, higher lows. We're still bullish. Thank you so much. Love you, bro. Love you too. Thanks, boss. I can't wait for the bull market to be over and too much pain. This is a weird bull market. Stopped the dump, but he closed the bullish crab pattern. Bitcoin is gone 124. Let's see. Yikes, it's dropping pretty bad now. Added and closed. If you didn't buy a Harley Davidson, then release doesn't count. Good job picking it up. Right now, I think we could have a short-term correction, but I'm still bullish. My trade on WEX 10K to a million trade activated at 116, but I want to set more down. And Ethereum, I've got the trade set at 4,000. On Ethereum, where do I have a trade set? 3,800, same as on Bybit. And here I want to put an order at 112, where I had one at Bybit. $20,000. This is my 200,000. This is my 10K to a million challenge on WEX. Right now, I'm bit down about like $300 from like 9,700 sitting at. All the links are down below. Bybit 60K bonus, KYC free on WEX, $200 on sign up. Take the courses to learn all this. And WEX is giving away Bentleys right now in a $2 million trading competition. And Bybit is having the WSOT. So if you're a trader, join the squads. That's my updates in the market. Everyone hit the subscribe button, smash up, thumbs up, and turn on the bell. I'm not bearish. I'm bullish. I think we're in a bull market. We're still in a bull market. It's just after the inflation news, people got their hopes up that they'll reduce interest rates. High interest rates means they're squeezing everyone to make them poor again, because inflation is too high, meaning people have too much money and they're paying too much for stuff and they don't want to work. So by increasing the inflation rates, you made it more costly to get money, because if I just put money in a bank, I can get 5% interest on the bank on the money. So lenders don't want to lend it to people unless they have to charge more than 5% interest. So very costly for borrowers to borrow money. So say if you were to borrow 10K right now, yearly you'd be paying almost 10% interest, 5% from the federal government and 5% probably what the banks put on top. So it's costly to borrow money, and that makes money more valuable and less inflation. And they're trying to tame inflation. So when that hot inflation news came out, it pushed the market down because they can't reduce interest rates right now because they're still trying to tame inflation, which means they're still making cash expensive or high. That's my updates in the market. Love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.